Hi, friends. My name is Peyton, and I'm a Gold Award Girl Scout because of my project, the Human Archives. This project is both a digital community platform and a fun patch program made for our communities by our communities. Let's talk about it. So, first, what is a Gold Award? Gold Awards are the highest achievement and honor a Girl Scout can earn, usually completed during a girl's junior or senior year of high school. These projects can be about a number of issues important to the individual and her community, and are sustainable, change-making, and led entirely by the Girl Scout. This doesn't mean she's alone in working on her project, though, as all projects have various team members and local Girl Scout Council members that help her realize her dreams, complete her project, and celebrate her along the way. For my project, I chose to address inaccessibility to resources and community spaces that I've noticed in my communities. Inaccessibility to communities is usually through marginalization and exclusion. To address that, my project seeks to create spaces where visibility and inclusion are prioritized, and where people can have access to resources that are educational, community building, or are meant to bring awareness to differences in diversity. Having open conversations is not always easy, which is why THA always tries to emphasize respectability and responsibility in everything on our website and in our interviews. With a big role in this project, I have to recognize my own positionality, identities, and beliefs too. And with every interview and resource provided, you can trust that I put lots of thought and research into every question, every topic, and everything posted. So let's look at what's up on the website. We have the archives, the blog, the directory, care, community kindness, a dictionary, and the Girl Scout program, which we will get to later. The archives are a massive part of this project, which is why it's part of our name. The archives are a series of interviews that talk about different identities and experiences to share these people's stories on our platform and teach all about the different communities we're all a part of. My incredible volunteers did interviews with me focused on identity, community, advocacy, empowerment, and taking care of each other in the spaces we occupy. These interviews vary between written and video interviews, so you can choose to watch, listen, or read depending on the interviewee. New interviews are always in progress or being scheduled, so you can definitely look forward to the new ones being posted every month. Next, the blog. The blog is genuinely just a blog. This is the place to find niche or one-off pieces about topics still very relevant to this project, but that don't fit into the other pages or resource tabs. Some articles may be about tools to put into your emotional intelligence toolkit, ways to interact with others in different situations, topics common in the activist world, or even just ways of building your own self-esteem, self-confidence, and leadership skills. Now we get to the resource tabs: the directory, care, community kindness, and the dictionary. The directory might just be my favorite resource. On this page, you can find links and websites to a number of different resources I've compiled with national and regional reach. These resources focus on mental health support, personal and community safety, food access, and Kansas and Missouri local resources, since we are based out of the Kansas Heartland Council. The motivation for this tab was absolutely the lack of accessibility to these resources and the lack of awareness that there are people and sites that can help people navigate a number of different issues. Many hotlines that provide some sort of human support, like the National Suicide Hotline, often have different lines of communication depending on what the user is most comfortable with, alongside different resources of their own posted to their websites. If you're in need of some help or just want other resources to look at, the directory is a great place to start. CARE works in tandem with the Girl Scout Fun Patch program to teach non-Girl Scouts the same lessons about how to communicate, advocate, respond, and empower in our communities. This page provides insights into what the acronym stands for and works to mobilize anyone to learn how to intervene and be a community activist wherever they go. The Community Kindness page acts in a similar vein to CARE by providing more tangible tips and advice for volunteering, raising awareness, spreading kindness, and maintaining good relationships in your community. We are all complicit in making or breaking our communities, which means that we can all take steps to promote the health of the spaces we're constantly or infrequently interacting with. Lastly, the Dictionary of Terms is your one-stop shop to get definitions about a lot of different vocabulary used on the website or in interviews because, let's be honest, things can get really confusing very quickly with some of these topics. Many terms are drawn either from real dictionaries or my university studies and thus academic papers, constructed into definitions that don't require much background knowledge to understand the point. And finally, let's look at the Fun Patch program Girl Scouts Care. This fun patch teaches Girl Scouts from daisies to ambassadors how to be change makers and leaders in any community they're a part of, with step-by-step lessons for each letter in the acronym. One of my favorite parts of this program is the connection with the Girl Scout Law, which basically contains our guiding principles as Girl Scouts. Every letter has lessons that teach girls how to communicate respectfully, thoughtfully, and responsibly, build boundaries, lead in their communities with courage and kindness, and empower people around them with care. This program is just as much about growing leaders as it is about inspiring self-esteem and self-confidence, which I've learned is incredibly important for kids and teens of all ages. This fun patch honors my roots as a Day One Daisy Scout, and I'm really excited to share this program to teach girls just like me how to impact their communities. The fun patch that comes with this is designed completely by me and highlights the same inclusivity the Human Archives strives to maintain. So, that's the 411 of my Gold Award project. If you'll notice, I use the word community in a number of different contexts, and I promise it is on purpose. This whole project is meant to create a digital community platform built on our communities because we all deserve an inclusive community space to have important conversations and learn how we can better each other. A community isn't static or really well defined, and so THA adopts this ambiguity to create a space where all are welcome. THA is meant for everybody and teaches and empowers anybody to be a thoughtful, responsible change maker in their community. If you want to share how you use my platforms, you can fill out a survey on the THA website. Have a good day, Smarties!